all that I have done.
It's worth it.
Destiny 2 was probably one of the most disappointing titles of 2017. It took so many things from the original Destiny that were so great and threw them out the window. The game felt too casual and just made it not fun to play. And if you're part of the Destiny fanbase that still thinks that Destiny 2 was a great game, you can't argue that there aren't flaws in the game or that you don't miss a feature or two that was in Destiny 1 that wasn't in Destiny 2. The game attempted to streamline its PvP, completely getting rid of the ability to choose what game mode you want to play and reducing your choices down to casual or competitive. Bungie made it so shotguns and snipers are placed in the heavy category, and with the heavy ammo being more difficult to get than primary or special ammo, snipers became irrelevant. If you missed a shot with a sniper, you could completely kiss any chances of winning goodbye, and they didn't carry much ammo in the first place, so you couldn't stack up a bunch of it, making it so pretty much no one used them. All of these issues and even Destiny fans were outraged. Now, there's a new DLC on the block. Warmind. Warmind is what I would say is a good improvement off of the first DLC, and was made by Vicarious Visions, the same people that made the Crash Bandicoot remake. So all of this begs the question, is Destiny 2 redeemable? We will get to the Warmind DLC in a second, but first, let's talk about the first Destiny DLC. Let's talk about Curse of Osiris. Curse of Osiris might be the worst Destiny DLC to ever come out. Curse of Osiris brought in one of the most anticipated characters in Destiny history. There was all of this build up to him finally appearing into the game with Trials of Osiris, and his name being thrown around countless of times, and all the lore surrounding him in the Grimoire, and him even being hinted that he's contacting us. Then the DLC came out, and Osiris amounted to nothing. He was reduced to another voice on the comms, and you know how many times you saw Osiris in the DLC? Once. One time you see the real Osiris. You see these like duplicates of him that he made to basically be everywhere once in the Infinite Forest, but those aren't actually him. You never see him again afterwards. He's a voice on the comms to tell you to go here and kill this. It brought in a short but terrible raid lair. Me and my friends sat down and did this raid lair for a good 2 or 3 hours, and about 2 of those hours were spent on the boss. We never touched it again because it was just so terrible and didn't even reward you new stuff. We got raid gear that we'd already gotten from doing the original raid. It was so bad that we just never touched it again. We completed it once and we never looked at it. The new area Mercury was also a huge letdown. This area was an area that we rarely went to in Destiny 1. There was a PvP map and then there was the lighthouse. Okay Bungie, a brand new area, great. What do we get? Probably the smallest and the worst area in all of Destiny history. It was so small that you weren't even allowed to have your Sparrow in the place, most likely to compensate for the fact that it was so small. You could say that the Infinite Forest was there to make up for it, but you couldn't even go into the Infinite Forest with free roaming, not to mention that the Infinite Forest wasn't even as infinite as you would think. There are 3 locations in the Infinite Forest, when in the distance you see all these other locations that you could go to, but you ultimately couldn't. And it just all amounted to a tedious elevator. To go to a location, you go to one spot, kill all the enemies, go to another spot, kill all the enemies, go to another spot, and kill all of the enemies. You did this every single time without fail, instead of it just being a place to walk around in so you can make it to the end with ease. But even after all these flaws in the game, this is when the turning point for Bungie finally came about. After all the backlash that Bungie had received, all the angry fans that stopped playing the game and went to complain, Bungie finally started listening to us, making posts on their website on how to try to connect with the community more and improve the game based upon their feedback. Bungie either really wanted to help the people enjoy the game, or they were just looking for money. It's at least one of the two. And even after the Go Fast update, me and my friends still didn't feel like coming back to the game. We tried the update and it all still felt the same. Not much was changing, but there was still a bit of hope for the future. Then of course, the next current DLC, Warmind, was announced. Okay Bungie, new campaign, new character, new area, let's go for round 2. Warmind is not the best DLC, but it is an improvement from Curse of Osiris and the vanilla Destiny 2. I remember watching a video by BBK Dragoon, link in the description, on the new expansion, and I think he put it perfectly. This expansion really feels like a good shift of tone in Destiny 2, and I don't really think it's a coincidence that this happens with the DLC that Vicarious Visions is a part of and helped make. It gave us a new character, Anna Bray. Anna Bray is, as far as I know, the only Guardian to find out about her past, and she is part of the Bray family, which is the family that created the Warminds, which are pretty much the most powerful machines in the solar system. The Warmind Rasputin is under attack on Mars by Zol, a hive worm god that Rasputin barely defeated last time he fought him, and it is your job to put a stop to the hive and Zol, and save Rasputin, of course. The DLC added a new form of public event called Escalation Protocol, a type of horde mode where you kill Hive, go to these rifts until a boss spawns. Once you kill the boss, you move on to the next level. this public event is actually challenging and the recommended power level is 370. It's good to see that they're actually adding new elements and mechanics. It brought back the relic from Destiny 1, the big boy sword that does big boy damage. From what I hear, the raid lair is pretty good. I'm still grinding right now to get my light level up, so I can't really say anything about it at the moment. The DLC also didn't wrap up a character like they did with Osiris. They basically say that Rasputin is saved, but he's far from done. This doesn't wrap up the character, but rather opens up an entire new path for Rasputin, leaving doors to open for maybe a future DLC or even for Destiny 3. Of course, this DLC was better than Curse of Osiris, but it doesn't come without its flaws. For one, the campaign is incredibly short. It could be completed in a couple hours at most. There are 5 missions in total in this DLC. A short amount of time doing the story is doing a tiny bit of grinding so you can level up to continue on to the next story mission. The next problem I have with this DLC is the strikes. The strikes are just 2 recycled missions from the story mode, with one strike actually being its own thing and being unique, except it is a PS4 exclusive, so I have yet to play it. Bungie really needs to learn how to stop recycling content and make something unique. Destiny 2 isn't great or amazing yet, but it might be heading in the right direction. With this DLC, Season 3 was released, and with the Season 3 update, it added some quality of life changes into the game. The vaults got 50 extra slots added into them for more space. You can actually dismantle items from the postmaster instead of having to dismantle or store something in our inventory to take it out and then dismantle it, which is something I complained that we needed a lot. It added an emote wheel, allowing for more emote accessibility and customization, so if you have 2 emotes that you like, you can use them both at the same time. We finally have a proper ranking system for PvP, one for casual games and one for competitive. Casual ranking system has no risk to it and never goes down when you lose, but the competitive ranking system does have risk, as it should, and we actually have incentive to get through this ranking system because at the fabled rank in competitive you are rewarded with a very good pulse rifle, Redrick's Claymore. This is a sign that Bungie is actually listening to us and taking our feedback into consideration. Now to answer the question, is Destiny 2 redeemable? Well, generally, I think it is. The question is, will it be redeemed? While no one can predict the future, I think Destiny 2 may be redeemed if Bungie keeps listening to us and putting our feedback into action and in consideration, and allowing talented studios like Vicarious Visions to keep helping out with their DLC to make the game the best it can be. It may turn out like a Destiny 1 situation, where Destiny 1 was heavily criticized at launch, but slowly over the course of time it became a good, hell, even a great game in my opinion. One thing is for sure though, this cannot be the case for Destiny 3. If Bungie pulls that for the next installment in the series, Destiny is gonna be in rough waters until that contract between Bungie and Activision ends. But let's leave this video with a real question. Do you guys think that Destiny 2 is redeemable? I kinda made this video to start a discussion, so let's do that. Have you guys been enjoying Destiny 2? Do you guys enjoy the new Warmind DLC? Let me know in the comments below, and try not to kill each other down there like you guys are in the comment section of my No Man's Sky video, which that video has done amazingly well. I can't thank you all enough. Thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. I didn't even get to do anything for 4,000 because I figured I had some time. I figured I would be on that sub count for a while. By the time of me recording this, we have already hit 6,000 subscribers because of the No Man's Sky video, I assume. That video now has over 800,000 views. If it hits 1 million, I'm probably gonna nut everywhere. Holy shit. But thank you all for 6,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. It really means a lot to me. So just ignore me with my whole 5,000 subscribers speech, because 5,000 subscribers is rice gum irrelevant at this point. Fucking hell, I can't thank you guys enough. I know that saying it is oversaturated to death, but I truly do mean it. I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. I love you all. Goodbye. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I honestly can't thank you enough. I love you all. If you enjoy these videos, let me know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Freestyle Friday number 20. E-double.
My life's a board game, but I'm never bored, man. I lose my keys, then I just smash it through the door frame. I'm writing stories while I'm living life in real time. I'm fighting for the glory, even though it's undefined. Stop plagiarizing all my shit. I just made another lane and I just paved that shit. Put a hammer to the game, rearrange that. Need to feel a little pain so you can tame that shit.
We fall for shit, we fall hard for it. Caution to the wind, then I'm off again. Login, been sale for the band-aids. Better buy bulk cause I'll rip skin off again. No doubt, never stop with the scrapes and skids. Feels like I just been raking and shit. This ain't money and it sure ain't None of us even had a pop Cialis. Take 2 sips from the pimpin' chalice. Wonderland sands that trip with Alice. Walking hard so my feet get callous. More pain than pleasure, but we find a balance.